To you about Boston?
They compete. They're a feisty team. Brad has them playing well. They play well together. They've been a good team all year.
I mean, George played his old team in the first round. Do you have any extra feelings about this, given that this is your old team?
No.
When was your last year?
With Boston, Brad's first.
What were your impressions of him in that 1 year?
He's a good coach. Studies his craft, puts his team and players in spots that they can succeed. And, the job he's done over the last couple of years, it shows.
How hard do you think the adjustment was for him coming from college to the NBA, having never played in the NBA? Of course,
you got to ask him. I can't.
Sure, though.
I don't know. I don't know what adjustments he had to make as far as his routine, as far as how he handles his team from NBA to college. So that's why I say it's a question you have to ask him.
I know every series is different, but where do you guys feel like you've grown the most from the Indiana series to now?
On the defensive end. We've been more together, more focused on, what we need to take away from teams. And that's how we've, come to win the last series and have to keep it up in this one.
How much do you feel like that was just time was necessary for you guys to get all on the same page defensively when it's so habitual?
Time is always key. Things don't happen overnight. But the great thing about us is that we didn't get down when we came out in the first game against Indiana, and just try to get a whole new game plan. We just stuck with it, and we just started to play better, and it showed, and that's how we won that series.
When Brad, did he come in again from a player's perspective? Did he come in appearing like he thought he needed to earn your respect?
No, for my first meeting with him, he came in being who he is. He was a good coach at Butler. I watched him because it was the Big East. And he came in, being himself. He didn't try to be somebody else.
Is there something about his personality that allows him to connect to players?
He gives his players confidence. He's easy to talk to, easy to, he listens. And that's always big for a player. When you're a player, you're the one who's playing, you're the one who's seeing a lot of things. So when you want to voice your opinion on something, he listens.
Brad's a guy that players in the league rave about, media raves about him. Did you see that your first year? Are you surprised by it?
No. I'm not surprised. Like I said, he studies and works hard at this craft of being a good coach. And like I said, he puts his team in a good position to succeed. So, it's not like I expected him to win 60 games every year, but I knew that, he would be a winning coach because of the way that he studies on what he needs to do night in, night out.
You've talked about, and Ty has talked about, so much of your defensive game plan in the past has been find what they do best or find the team's best player and try and eliminate him and make them do something that they're not comfortable doing. When you're playing against a team like Boston and it's so balanced and they've got 6 guys in double figures, I guess how does the approach change, or what's the challenge with that compared to previous series?
An approach changes because our approach is make sure we're communicating all 5 guys on the defensive end. Because, it's hard to really just focus on one guy when you have a well-balanced team like Boston. So that's where the communication comes into play.
You guys ever give Ty a hard time that people fawn over Brad the way they do?
No.
Yeah, just anywhere you go, Brad Stevens. I was wondering if you guys gave Ty a hard time.
You don't do that.
Bron did.
Well, that's Bron. I haven't done that. Ty is my coach. I'm not here talking about another coach. it's probably because he got asked a question like you're doing now. So, I mean, I don't even think Ty really even cares. I think he's more concerned about what he has to do.
This is your first playoff run with him as head coach. What makes him, because he's generally regarded as a very good playoff coach, he's obviously won a championship. What do you think makes him a good playoff coach?
I mean, I don't think it's a secret to being, first off, you look at the years he's been a head coach, he's put his players, just like Brad, he's put his players in a good position to succeed. I mean, it's no secret. If you know your team well and you study your craft, and if you watch film and figure out where players like the ball, as a coach, you put them in a position to succeed. I mean, as a player, we have to find our spots and make sure we're doing our job, and the coach has to do the same. And I feel like Ty has done that.